Yo, what's going on, Van of Thieves? I'm back with another video, and today I want to talk to you guys about two things, right? I want to talk to you guys about us as gamers and consumers. We need to stop supporting game developers. Now, I know what you guys are thinking because you've seen some of my other videos where I support a lot of indie developers. I've actually been in contact with quite a number of indie developers over on Twitter. And when I say stop supporting or not indie developers, but just developers, period, what I really mean is we need to pick and choose what developers we're really supporting out here. Like, we need to really think about that. We need to think about who we are supporting when we're giving them our hard-earned money. And I don't care if the game is $20. I don't care if the game is $70. Now, it's all about perspective of, whether you think a game is worth it or not via price point. But the reason I say that we need to stop supporting developers, no matter what kind they are, is because we spend our hard-earned money to make sure these people have their pockets lined up. And we don't even get complete video games anymore. And I get it. I'm not somebody who's ignorant and I look back on 64 PlayStation or anything like that, and well, they made complete games. They also weren't making the type of games that are being produced now. But with more resources, with more money, with more everything at your disposal, I find it hard to believe that a game like the Grand Theft Auto Definitive Edition that just recently came out is trash. It's trash. And I get it. Grove Street Games worked on it. It wasn't Rockstar. I get it. But you know what? With the amount of money alone that Rockstar has made off of Grand Theft Auto 5, there is no reason that this game in particular should have released the way it was at full price. And we can come up with all kind of excuses, the pandemic, everything like that. But you know what? I feel sorry for the developers who have to have crunch time, who have to push this out at a certain time to meet that deadline. My hearts go out to you. I feel for you. But I find it ridiculous that someone like me who has put, I don't even know how much into gaming, I don't think it's unfair to want a completed video game. Now, if you're adding on expansions or DLC, anything like that, that's not an incomplete video game. But my boy, Sorry K9, just got this game, right? And he said he spent $70 on these two games on the Switch. It's the Blood Rain games that just came out, the remasters. They're freezing on him. They're freezing on him. These games are well over 15 years old, if I'm not mistaken. And these games are freezing on an Xbox. I don't know if I think he was trying to on his Xbox Series S, which there's no excuse for that. There's no excuse for that. There's no excuse that this Grand Theft Auto trilogy should come out and there's all the problems that it has. There's no reason that modders have to be the reason that your game is playable. There's no reason. But we line up and we give all this money to you guys, and this is what we get from it. And my boy Doc Dart and K9, actually, they talk about Game Pass and why it's for the gamer. Every gaming platform should have a Game Pass modeled after Xbox's Game Pass for the consumer. I really don't care if it affects Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo. I'm the consumer. I really don't care. But every company, Nintendo, Microsoft, which they do, and Sony. Sony has PlayStation now, but no, we need a Game Pass. Because then we can try these games out. And you guys are still getting some money from us, $15 a month. But then at least as a consumer, I'm able to try these games. Like, for the people who didn't buy the trilogy, at least you got to try Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me 1 second here. At least you got to try the game before you spent your hard-earned money on it. So when I say we need to stop supporting developers, I don't mean that we just don't care about every developer, because there are developers out there who care about their games. And sometimes things do happen, but we really need to start picking and choosing who we are supporting, who we're going on that hill for and dying for, so to speak. We need to stop supporting these consoles that don't care about us, yet we give our all to them. We need to stop that. And like I said, it's not every company. Not every company is guilty of this. But I've been thinking about this a lot lately. You know, y'all release old games, and all you do is give it a fresh coat of paint. I can see if you did a remake, you know, at least that's worth it. But I'm just gonna be wary about who I'm giving my money to. But I do think every company should have a true Game Pass, modeled after Xbox Game Pass. Whether it's the Ultimate or you get the regular, I think Nintendo and Sony need to really step it up and give a true Game Pass. Because then, when we play these games and we get the feel for them, there are gamers that say, "Well, Game Pass, you know, you're not supporting the developer." Who cares? They're not supporting us. Rockstar just said that they put out a patch for those 3 games, and ain't nothing changed. So you really think they care? At least with Game Pass, if I play the game and I warrant, okay, you know what, this really was worth it, I'm gonna buy the game to actually support them, because I can tell that they put their heart and soul into it. And like I said, there are exemptions. I'm not saying every person is going to put every single bit of work in and it's going to turn out to be a fully polished game. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about these developers that take the lazy route and just put out games because they know they're going to sell. 2K, Madden, you know, the sports games, the Call of Duties, that's the same thing every year. Like, I actually feel for Battlefield. It's, to me, it sucks that they were going through so much and the game released at this state. That sucks. That sucks. But once again, if it's on a Game Pass, people can try it, and once they see, oh, okay, the game is in a good state, you know what, I do want to buy this, then you're still getting your money. But developers will never care, because they're getting their money. They're getting their money. But I care. I care about you guys as gamers. I care about you guys as consumers, which is why we need to start calling this out. And there are people on YouTube that do that, but I want to be a part of that group now. I want to make sure you guys get the kind of games you deserve. Now, I don't develop the games, but I'm going to start really looking into games and really diving in. And hell, if that costs me, you know, potentially working with somebody because I call them out, then I don't want to work with them, because obviously what that means is they can't take constructive criticism. Like, I stream on Twitch. I've gotten plenty of constructive criticism on, hey, maybe you should do this, or maybe you need to open up your voice chat so we can hear such and such. And I take that because it's helping my brand. It's helping my channel, our channel, grow together. So that's really all I wanted to talk about, was the fact that there should be a Game Pass. And I don't mean PlayStation Now, and I don't mean this thing with Nintendo where, oh, well, when you subscribe, you get one game every so often to try for a period of 7 days. Now, in that 7 days, you could beat it, but we need more. We need more. We need more. Like, I'll never forget this Kobe thing. There was a Kobe commercial, and they asked Kobe, I forgot what the question was, but his response was more. And that's what I'm going to start doing with developers. What else can we... More. There's a game called Dead Cells. This is a complete game. But Dead Cells right now is just launched yesterday, a new free expansion for its game. It's an indie developer. And you can tell who cares about their games. Like, honestly, you can tell who cares about their games. So I'm gonna start caring less about people that don't care about their games. I almost picked up that Grand Theft Auto trilogy. I would have been pissed. I would have been pissed if I spent money on an incomplete game. I'm not doing that any longer. I'm gonna continue to use things like Gamepass. I'm gonna continue to take advantage of things that benefit me as the gamer. I'm the gamer. I'm the consumer. I suggest you guys do the same. I can't make you, but I highly suggest you guys do the same. You guys, let me know in the comments what you think about everything I talked about today, guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications. Sorry I haven't been putting out content. I do work 7 days a week, so I'm trying to put out content that feels fresh. I don't want to repeat the same things over and over. I don't want to just put out videos for the sake of putting them out, and there's no umph to my content. I don't want to get to that point. So I do apologize that I haven't been around, but I just want umph to be in there. I want real passion to be coming through what I'm talking about. So I hope you guys understand that, and I will catch you guys in the next video. One more time before I leave, guys, support the developers who care about you. Weed the ones out that don't. If that means you can't play your favorite series for a little while, man, you gonna keep playing it knowing it's just gonna upset you? Support the ones that care, guys. Care about yourself as the gamer and the consumer, guys. I'm Arrow, leader of the Phantom Thieves. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out.